Hmm?
So reaching to add to this station.
Hello, hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the marketplace with Uche Onoche. Welcome this evening. I hope you had a great day at work today. Um, I know it's a wet day. It started sunny, but all of a sudden there's just so much rain. I just hope we will not have too much traffic tonight going back home. But that's in the city of Port Harcourt. I don't know about your city, but all the same, we need to learn one or two things today about organizational structure. I've told you the way we're going to go this year. We started with business. Our teachings were on business, and then now we are on leadership. After leadership, we'll go to career development. After career development, we'll go into personal finance. Then we touch on relationships, and we touch on relationships, both marriage, both corporate and personal relationships. We'll touch on that, and we'll see how it goes. We also, I think, also personal finance. I don't know if I've said that, and that will take us all through the year. And those are the areas that we are known for here at Marketplace Apostle. And those are the areas we teach and will train. So if you know someone that would like teachings on that in this category, then I think you can just forward this link to them, and just when you receive the advert, just forward it to them. Let it be a blessing to them. Okay. This evening, I have what I'll be teaching today is on organizational culture, how to build a high performing organizational culture, because the culture of everything determines the way people live. Look at the African culture, for instance. It determines the way we live, the way we act, the way we interact with ourselves, the things that we take seriously, our value system generally, our belief system, how we relate to one another. All these things are hinged on our culture. So there's a lot. We have some good culture in Africa. We also have some bad culture, which I think that we should do away with, that we should have done away with even by now, but we still have some of that in our communities. And these are some of the things that maybe a way is slowing us down or bringing us backwards. So culture is a very strong thing, but now we're not talking about social culture, we're talking about organizational culture. We're dealing with organizational culture. So now let me proceed. I have quite a lot. This organizational culture is quite an interesting topic, and is interesting topic. I don't know if I can finish it today, but if I don't, the next session, the next Monday session, I will finish it up. Okay. So the topic for the day is how to build a high performing organizational structure. How do I build a high performing organizational structure? That's what we are talking about today. That's what we are learning today. That's what we'll be talking about today. Okay, so what is let me just give you a few intro about what we're doing today. A great organizational culture is the key to developing the traits that are necessary for business success. There's some things, when somebody is successful, he's doing some certain things right. When somebody is not successful, they are doing also some certain things right. Successful people are people that have imbibed certain traits. they have some certain traits that make them successful. They've conditioned themselves and their lifestyle in a way that bring about success. So these are the people that are successful. Those that are failing in one way or the other, because I don't believe everybody fails all through. But those that are failing are those that are also imbibing some certain kind of traits that are not good for them. And those traits are the things that are causing their failure. So a great organizational culture is key to developing the right traits that are necessary for business success. And you will see it in the bottom line of your organization. Bottom line is talking about profitability at the end of the year, at half year or quarterly, you'll be able to see growth. So it is important that we understand what culture really is. Research shows that companies with healthy culture are 1.5 times more likely to experience revenue growth of 15% or even more within over a 3-year period. So if your company has a good culture, you will see that you become more profitable. In fact, 15 times more than the average company, 15 times more than your competitors and competition. That's a huge mark in business. 15% is a huge mark in business because you have competitors all over the world. So for you to be scaling on a 15%, it means that you are really doing well. And also 2.5 times more likely to experience significant stock growth over the same period of time if you are listed on the stock exchange. Okay, yeah, now we have HR, human resource leaders. 35% of them believe that organizations have the culture they need to drive future business, and getting there is no easy task. So it means that just 35% of companies, organizations have the culture they need to drive future business. So you can see that it's quite low. It's quite low. It's quite low. It's not even up to the half mark, you know. And you see also that 85% of organizations fail. 85% of organizations fail in transforming their cultures because they have not seen culture as something that is very important. They have not seen culture as something that is vital to the growth of the organization and also to bring about profitability. So what this presentation is all about, this presentation is to give you a comprehensive guide to making culture a major strength in your organization. That's the reason why I'm here today, to give you a guide to make your culture a major strength of your organization, from your culture, from what culture is, and why is it important, and giving you a roadmap to follow to create a culture that will deliver results time and time again if you use that culture. So that is my mission here tonight. All right, so let's go into what organizational culture, what it means. Let's find out what organizational culture means. Organizational culture is the collection of values, expectations, and practices that guide and inform the action of a team of members. You will see that organizational culture is not for one person, it's for a team, it's for a group of people. Because when you have 2 or 3 people gathered in a place, coming from different places, you cannot allow them to operate on their own. People have weird ideas. All of us, we might come from the same country, we might be from the same country, but we come from different cultures. We have different backgrounds. So as soon as we come together, there must be rules of engagement, rules of interaction, rules of coexisting together. And this is what brings about culture. Culture brings some form of order. Culture brings some form of uniformity. in the way we relate to one another, because we cannot allow everybody to think or to act in ways that are contrary to our belief. Especially these are for the founders of the organization of the or the company. So organizational culture is collection of these values, these expectation practices that guide and inform the action of team members. Think of it as a collection of traits that make your company what it is. It can either make your company great, or it can either make your company average. So you see that is a collection of traits that have been tried and tested over time that we will use to bring about our expected end in terms of our expected result of what we are looking for as a company. Okay, so a great culture exemplifies positive traits, of course, and that lead to improved performance, while dysfunctional company culture does what? It brings out qualities that hinder even the most successful organization. So you see that it can hinder you because you can have every other thing right, but you don't have the right culture, the right rules of interaction and engagement, the right rules to apply to certain situations. You realize that at that point in time, your company will not be producing. You will see that it's not as if the company is going to die, but you see that profitability will be declining. People will be moving in and out of your company because the culture is not conducive for them. In fact, some cultures are outright toxic to certain employees, So a dysfunctional company culture is not good for business at all. You will never achieve your corporate objectives, your corporate goals. And I must say here, don't confuse culture with organizational goals and mission statement. Although both of them can help you define your culture, but it is not organizational goals, it is not also mission statement. So hang on a while and you will get to understand, have a full picture of what it is, but it's not organizational goals at all, or vision or mission statement. Okay. A culture is created through consistent and authentic behavior, not a press release or policy document. You see some people will come and release policy documents on the internet. This is who we are, or they will go to press and say this is who we are, blah blah blah. It's not a statement. It's a way of life. Culture is a way of life. It's a way that guides us as human beings. Okay, so that is the way. That is a way of life. So it's created through consistency and authentic behavior. So we must be consistent in what we say we want to do. We must be consistent in striving to become that company that we all cherish and will like. So it's consistency, behaving in a certain way over and over again, that will lead us to become that company that you want. And there must be authentic behavior. It is not behaving out of the ordinary, out of the blues. That there must be authentic behaviors already that are tried and tested out there that we can imbibe as a company that will help us achieve what we want. So for you to be able to understand what culture is, let me give you an example. You can watch company culture in action. You will be able to deduce the company culture in actions. In the actions, when you see, for instance, how a CEO responds to crisis. How does a CEO respond to crisis? We give you an insight to the kind of culture that they have. How a CEO responds to crisis will give you an idea of their company culture. Is it a CEO, there's a crisis in the company, and the CEO from wherever he is operating from will begin to give out instructions without finding out. I've seen situations where CEOs they marshal out their troops and all the GMs and managers to begin to act without us sitting down and analyzing what is this crisis as if this company is a one-man, even if it's a one-man business, but there are people in position. So when you see that the CEO can act in that way, it means that the management is erratic. And I don't want to work, even though I have to work for a one-man business, but it must be, or work in a one-man business, it must be some, there must be some form of order. People are there for a reason. They are there for a reason. And when things happen, there must be collective effort for us to see how we respond to those crises. So when you see a CEO respond in a certain way, that in an irrational manner, you can begin to realize that, oh, this is the company. This is what I'm going to face if I work in that company, because it means there's no structure, no structured way of doing things. So you realize that that is a company, a culture. One thing you need to know about culture, whether you are conscious or intentional about that culture, you are creating a culture. If you are not structured or intentional about creating a culture, you're also creating a culture that leads to failure. So either way, knowingly or unknowingly, you are creating a culture. Another way you can see culture in action is how a team adapts to new customer demand. So our customers demand something. How do we adapt to it? I've seen a situation that a customer is asking for a new way of doing of interaction, and the manager will tell the salespeople, go and manage your clients. So it means that you are expected to actually go and lie to your clients. Somebody has, where I've worked before, they don't like to have issues. They don't want to hear any issues. They don't want to sit down at a table to come up with a way, that a best way, a best form of doing things. They'll just tell you, go and manage your customer. The best they can do for you, tell you to go to a customer relation training. They'll tell you the customer care course and tell you, go and manage your customer. Without having a way we can deal with customers, you see that there's no structured way of relating with our customer. That is in itself, it's a culture we've already instituted in the company. And you see that that way of acting will not lead us to be as profitable as we want to. Another way you can see culture in action is how a manager corrects an employee who makes a mistake. Is he going to tongue lash him from now to tomorrow, or is he going to set him in the right path, or where to? So how do managers deal with their subordinates? How do the MD talk and relate with the employees? What those are company culture. You see company culture that you see that some employees are living in fear. You go to an organization, you see people are smiling, they are laughing, they are walking around. It shows you the kind of culture that they have. You come to a company, everybody is greeting you well, they are courteous and all that. That is a culture in action, in display. But when you go to a company, everybody is shaking, everybody doesn't know what to do, they don't delegate, nobody is able. You get to some companies and nobody is using their brain. It's what they tell them to do that they do. They don't go beyond that, because anybody that tries to go beyond that, they'll say, oh, okay, you are smart, right? And you will be reprimanded for doing things or taking initiative to do things. Why? That is their company culture. Everything must come from top, and nobody is expected to use their brain. So these are some of the culture. Culture can best be understood in action when you are watching what is happening in an organization. And there's a lot of things organizations do that does not help them to scale at all. Okay. So let's now see and consider the importance of culture to your organization, to any company. What is the importance? Let's now see the importance of culture to our to our companies, organizations where we belong. Okay, organizational culture affects all aspects of the business, whether you believe it or not. You can be very nice to customers, external customers, but be horrible to your internal customers. Who are your internal customers? Your employees. And those your employees, because of the way you treat them, it can affect those external customers who at first they like your product, your services, and all that, because nobody can live a lie continuously. So it means that after a while, it will begin to affect all aspects of your business. Organizational culture affects all aspects of your business. From punctuality, if there's no ground rules for punctuality, you see that it will affect the way people work, and the tone, the general tone of addressing issues in the office, to the contract term that you have, to employee benefits. These are all organizational culture in action, because these are the things where you will know this is where things happen, and we're able to formulate cultures that we use. This is when things happen and we see that it is not in line with what we want to achieve. It is not in line with our bottom line. It is not is adversely affecting our bottom line. Then we need to change. Punctuality helps in productivity. If people will come at any particular time they want, of course, it will affect productivity, and that in turn will affect profitability. So these are things. There must be culture in place to be able to address those things. When workplace culture aligns with your employees, they are more likely to feel comfortable, supported, and valued. Every employee wants to feel comfortable, supported, and valued. So workplace cultures must align with your employees to the best of your ability. So what do I mean by align? They must be thought through. So when you are employing people, you must think certain things. How are we going to make them comfortable? How are we going to support them? And how are we going to value them? They must be uppermost in your mind when you start employing people, because there on its own, you're already creating a company culture. Companies that prioritize culture can also weather difficult times and changes in the business environment and come out stronger. Why? Because they already have a system to shoulder some of these things. They have a comfortable, supported, and valued valued employee will help you to weather difficult times. Not a customer, not an employee that is just coasting in your company. They will not be ready to stick their neck out to see that the company survived through those times. They will just be there and not putting in their best to see that things work out fine. So it is important that you have the right kind of culture that will help your employees to work better, and that will help the system. It's just like a company culture is like the grease, being able to grease some form of machinery to make it work. So it's just like greasing a door so that it doesn't make noise or that it opens well. So from time to time, you grease the hinges of a door. That's what it means. Company culture is like those hinges that you put on the door to make it swing and open well. Culture is a key advantage when it comes to attracting talent and outperforming your competition. Sometimes companies are not able to move fast because of their internal structure, and because of their internal culture, and because of the company culture. You see that agility is not part of it. But agility is supposed to be part of a company culture. how we respond to things. So if you have a culture that you are in your company that, look, when customers ask something, we respond within 5 minutes. There's something. If we cannot respond effectively, we answer them to an extent within 5 minutes, and we tell them we get back to them in 24 hours, 48 hours. It can be it can be a company culture to respond fast and on time. This will help us. This will help you to be able to attract even talent. When everybody wants to work in a company that is vibrant. Everybody and you don't know it, but people are talking about your company. People are talking about your units. That these people, they respond well. You can imagine when you send an email out to your client or who you buy things from, and they respond immediately to you, and somebody calls you and tells you, okay, this and this, oh, do this, okay, respond to you in terms of your inquiry or whatever complaint. You will have confidence to go back and purchase something else from them. And when you are talking about that company, somebody somewhere that is looking for a job will say, this is where I want to work. They respond well. That is the type of vibrant company I want to work in. So you are able, with the right company culture, you're able to attract talent, and you outperform your competition, because agility can be one of the company cultures that can always help you be ahead of competition. 75% of workers consider a company's culture before applying. So how do they know? It's your goodwill. People are speaking about your company. And almost half of your employees will leave their current job for a lower paying opportunity at your organization with a better culture. What do I mean by that? When you have a good culture, even if you are starting out, you are a startup, or you are an SME, a small unit, because of people are hearing the way you are responding. Let me tell you something. Good things don't hide for too long. When people are hearing how you operate and how you respond, somebody that is earning 100,000 is ready to come and earn 50,000 in your organization, because they say, look, I'd rather be in a vibrant organization that I will help to grow, and I know that if I help them grow, I will earn better. So I have seen where people take lesser pay to be in a better organization than to remain in an organization where they just get there, they are not allowed to use their brain. I have a friend that left one of the kind of jobs. He left an oil company job and said, look, I am being redundant. I am doing nothing. If I stay here 20 years, I will become a dullard. I do nothing. I just follow certain rules every day, and I play computer game, and I play solitaire at work. I do nothing more than those things. And he was ready to leave it and join an oil servicing company where he can be more engaged, and where he can use his brain. So, and of course, you can imagine the slash is the slash in salary, more than half. And he doesn't have those benefits as he had in the oil company. It's just because of your company culture. The culture of an organization is also one of the top indicators of employee satisfaction. And one of the main reasons that almost 2/3, 65% of employees stay on a job, because of the environment, because of the culture within, and they're able to stay and they're able to put in their best because of culture. Culture is very important. Like I say, culture is it sets the rule of engagement, the rule of interaction, the rule of relationships, the general rule is hinged on culture. Okay, let's consider Microsoft, for example. I had to look up, Microsoft is one of the companies that their culture, they have a very positive culture, and that has helped them to be one of the most valuable companies in the world today. How did they achieve it? First of all, we all know that Microsoft is a technology-based company, a world-class performer and an admired brand, which owes this all this accolade part to prioritizing culture. Okay, they are known for cutthroat competitiveness under their CEO, Steve Ballmer. They were known for cutthroat competitiveness, and so what they did is to embark on a program to refine the company culture. In 2014, they embarked on a program to refine the company culture, a process that upended competitiveness in favor of continuous learning. So continuous learning from 2014 became the culture that they had to instill. What it means that instead of proving people, asking people, the employees to prove themselves, what they did was that the employees were encouraged to improve themselves. So instead of coming to prove to us what you can deliver, what you can give, the company culture shifted to improve yourself and to learning. So you see, anywhere learning is viewed or is instilled as a culture, that organization will go very well. Because without learning, it is difficult for you to scale as you want. And today, Microsoft can be said that a company, it can be said to be a $1 trillion dollar company market cap of about $1 trillion now, and it's competing with Apple and Amazon, and it's one of the most valuable companies in the world currently because of their company culture. So company culture is very, very important. Okay, so now let's look at qualities of a great organizational culture. You need to understand the qualities before we go into building. I'm not sure we'll be able to go into how to build that company culture this week today, because it's quite wide, but it's important for us to understand the qualities, because what happens is that when you know the qualities of something you aspire, you must know the qualities of what you want before you aspire to become that thing. So you cannot aspire to be without knowing qualities. You can't, there must be a benchmark. There must be a benchmark that you must use to aspire to become. So qualities are like those benchmarks that you can use to become before you start building. So let's consider some of the qualities that can help you to some of the qualities of great organizational great organizational culture. All right, so organizational culture is different, and it's important to retain what makes your company unique. So part of your being organizational culture is to make sure you retain those things that make you unique, because those things that make you unique is what is going to attract people to your organization. What makes you unique is what will attract people to your organization, both customers and employees. So the culture of high performing organization consistently reflects certain qualities, like I said, that you should seek to cultivate. So for you to be able to cultivate and attain that company, that organizational culture, you must know those qualities. Let me give you some of them. The first one is alignment. Alignment. Alignment, how? What do I mean by alignment? Alignment comes when the organization, company's objectives and the employees' motivations are pulling in the same direction. Do not employ somebody that is not conversant with your objectives. So when you're doing your interview, it must be in line with your objectives. And it must be, if you're asking them their past, the things they've done before, the job description and the assignment and what they have done before, their track record must be in line with your objective and with the culture of the organization. So when you're speaking with a potential employee, you must be asking based on the company's objective and culture. What do you think about working in a company that does not spare people that are late? You hear their response. What do you do in a company that believes in agility? And you ask based on your company's culture and try to deduce what they are saying. You are not to take what they say, because everybody will say the right thing at an interview, but you'll be able to deduce who they are, their character, their motives of coming. So it must align. Two of them must align, because if not, then when they come into the company, they're not able to fit into the culture. And when you leave one person within, we are strong as our weakest link. So when you employ that weak link within the organization, from there, it will be affecting the overall productivity of the organization. So we must be careful who we bring in to our organizations. Exceptional organizations work to build continuous alignment to their vision, their purpose, and their goals. You employ based on your vision, purpose, and goals, not necessarily based on how equipped, how capable, how experienced, how learned the other person is. Because somebody might be what you are looking for in terms of qualification, in terms of job experience, but their character is not in line with the vision. They will come and they will start another company within your company. They will start another vision within your vision. They will start to even influence other people within the organization to begin to work against the company culture. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen many times, that people come and they feel that they have a right, they know the right way to run your own vision. They know they have an idea of how to run your own vision, or where the company organization should be going, and they are not going. You didn't employ them to come and become partners or co-visionaries or co-founders. You employed them to come and work, but they come in their own way. It must be in line. Alignment. Without that alignment, you will not be able to achieve or get the best out of that employee, and the company will also be in a better place to be more productive. Okay, another qualities that we need to look out for, qualities of great organization, of great organizational culture, is appreciation. Appreciation can take many forms. It can be public appreciation, accolades given to people, accolade given out to people that are openly congratulating people. It can also come in terms of a note. You can send them a letter of thanks, giving a letter of appreciation, a letter of commendation. It can also come as a form of promotion. So appreciation, an organizational culture that promotes recognition, that promotes reward, open commendation. Everybody wants to be commended for what, appreciated for what they do. And don't appreciate people in private. Don't appreciate people in private. Appreciate them openly. There's a certain joy that people derive when you appreciate them in the open, in front of their peers, in front of their colleagues and all. Appreciate people openly. Is a strong quality of organizational culture. Appreciating people. Send them a letter. Some people like letters, some people like plaques. Send a plaque, best worker of the month, best worker of the year. Let there be a plaque. Some people appreciate those things more than money. Some people rather have a letter, because you can imagine you are the best worker for 2020, and they give you a letter. You know, that is part of what you arm yourself with when you're going to look for a job elsewhere. You know, so people like letters. Give them those letters. You know, they are something they can take home and show their children. You see, your father was the best worker, so and so year. So I don't know what you are doing in that company, because our family trait is we have this appreciation. Whatever the case may be, it is people need that plaque, they need that letter. Just say thank you openly and just let everybody just clap for them at group meetings. It is something that they will appreciate. A culture of appreciation is which team members will frequently provide recognition and thanks for the contribution of others. What it does is that when you encourage one person, somebody to be appreciated today, I can easily say, oh, this person, I recommend him for appreciation, because I know that when it comes to my own turn, people will also recommend you for appreciation. So it is something that is now being given freely. So somebody feels that it should be appreciated, and his team members say, no, why is it is the one, why should it be him first? Why should it be him first that they will appreciate? Why should it be him? You know, that no appreciation this year. What happens if that person knows next year too, it will not vote you for appreciation? But when appreciation is voted freely, people know that when it comes to their turn, that they will get what is due them. You know, so we should recommend appreciation across board. Let it be known that we appreciate people in this organization, and we do that openly. Another quality is trust. Another quality of great organizational culture is trust. Trust is vital in every organization. Trust. Without trust, people can't stay together. Team members can express themselves and rely on others to have their back when they are trying something new. So it's not that somebody will say, okay, let me try this out. And you tell your manager, let me try this out. I've seen managers that will tell you, this thing you want to do, you're on your own. You are just telling me, if it works, fine. If it doesn't work, you're on your own. How can that motivate you as a person? You must have the backing of both your subordinates, your peers, and your superiors. An organization that backs people up, even when what they try out fails. Maybe now you come and bring a proposal, a sales proposal, that let's try this technique. Let's try this technique. I believe that it will bring in sales. And we wait, we see it, and we say, okay, we don't know if it will work, but let's just give it a try. Then we give it a try. It did not work. Your manager should be able to cover you up. When your MD is asking, so what happened? Or is screaming, your manager should be able to say, he should be able to cover you. I don't know any specific, but there should be a way we can say, sir, we tried because of so and so, we didn't, but I think this has taught us something new. I think we've learned something and we can do it better. You must be not the one that the MD will be screaming. The manager will say, I told you, this boy likes to show himself too much. And he will just throw you under the bus. Next time, even if somebody knows the one that is going to work, it will not come out. If somebody else will say, so they will treat me in that way, we should be able to cover ourselves. Trust is very important in what we do. Is a very strong and vital quality of organizational culture, to be able to trust one another, to trust one another with information, to trust one another with things. I've seen a situation where a colleague knew that a letter was sent out or an instruction was sent out, but this other guy was not in the office and could not get internet to to receive the information so he can act on it. He got, but he knows their wives are friends. So if he couldn't reach him, why did he call his wife to call the wife and let them reach? Look, this man or guy is telling you he's looking for you. Better go and look for this work. Just because he's eyeing something, he wants to be the one that is loyal in that department, that unit, did not say anything. So that this guy can either be demoted, be punished, or lose his job, so they will recognize him. When that happens, you know that, because when he came back, he saw that people were copied. He was copied, and he knew how to reach him, and he did not. What do you think will happen in that unit from that day forward? There will not be trust. Everybody will try to outdo each other. Everybody will be doing just enough to keep their job, and you see that productivity will be declining. It's important that we have a culture that protects its own, not a culture that eats its own. It's not a dog eat dog kind of culture where your downfall is my elevation. That should be frowned in any organization. Okay, another quality is performance. Performance is key. As great companies create cultures that mean business, performance. If you see that, like companies that they give you laptop, they give you certain, especially abroad, you work. That break time is when you have time to have break. There's nothing like game in your laptop. There's no game, is not permitted. There's no game. There's not. They give you a desktop laptop. There's no game. You are working till it's break time. Performance is not like when you work small, boy, I cannot come and kill myself here. You start gisting. Even you are gisting with your manager. You are gisting with your manager. You see that work will not move. Performance, there are places where you come, where you see people working. You see, I cannot come and carry last year. I cannot come and carry last year. You see people, they are moving. People are moving, and they are trying to work. When you come into that kind of organization, you see, you just feel that people are serious here. That should be the outlook. When it's time for break, everybody breaks. But when it's time to work, people are serious. We mean business here. Let the organizational culture be serious. We mean business here. When we close, we can close and do whatever. But now it's serious business. In these companies, you see that talented employees motivate each other to excel. You see that people will become highly motivated. People will become more creative and innovative, because innovation is like a spirit. That spirit is out there. People are doing things. When you come, and every day somebody during meetings, people are showing their skills and their talent. And when you get home that night, you say, I cannot come and embarrass myself in this company. You will begin to brush yourself up. When I went for the first meeting, in a company, in the company where we were doing, everything it was structured in a global company. So when you talk, nobody is either through email or you are doing PowerPoint presentation. And I knew PowerPoint, but I didn't think it was something I should bother myself. But when I went for that meeting first time, I had to respect myself to go and learn PowerPoint. Because the day they call you, you are not going to carry paper. There are some organizations, you can't write something and you must write it, type it. You must write it, type it, and bring. So what it does is that you must learn that computer well, because you must know how to present. Like those type of innovative mind, creative minds, the deep collect onto the deep. So when you work in that organization, you see that it will bring out the best in you. have a company organization that brings out the best. And as stated before, great profitability and productivity will result because everybody is trying. I can't fall my hand here. I need to do my best. So it is a very healthy company culture. Okay. Another quality is resilience. This is a key quality in highly dynamic environments where change is constant. Resilience. Where change is constant, you must is a quality that is needed. A resilient culture will teach leaders what to watch out for and how to respond to change with ease. So a resilient culture is a culture that they have already taught you people are not scared of challenges. During meetings, the way challenges are being dissected, analyzed, when challenges come, it's even an opportunity for you to show yourself. The organizations that they are happy when challenges come, when they sit and they meet at meetings, they want to be able to crack issues. They want to crack difficult issues. So they teach, as you come in there, they are teaching you how to be a leader. They're speaking to you as if you're already a manager or you're a general manager or even the MD. They are teaching you the things to reach out for. They are telling you you're a manager, you're a leader in your own right. Don't wait for title. You're a leader without a title. Act like one. And when problems come, tackle it. Example, when something happens, I would love an employee to come to me and say, this happened when you were not around. I did this. But I feel that I will exceed my boundary if I do this, but I have done this one. Then I'll tell you good, because you have applied your brain. Because some employees, they don't apply their brain. They just come and carry the problem and show you and say, this is the problem, sir, what do we do? But you are not here to report problem to me. You are here to help me solve the problem. Solve it to the best of your ability so that I will even have something to work with instead of having to think all over again. Let me meet you somewhere. It helps. That means you are taking off load from me. And that's what it means from being, that's what an employee is supposed to do. Help the boss to take away some pressure from him. So they're teaching you as a leader and how to respond to those changes. They're giving you small assignments and giving you small responsibilities to take on some certain things so that we don't all have to wait before we can sort out issues. And this resilience, it helps you to create people that are willing to work. You see, everything is about mindset. Some companies, when something goes wrong, everybody's waiting for Monday meeting. Something went wrong on Tuesday. Nobody's doing anything. We discuss it on Monday meeting. So a lot would have gone wrong before that. So resilience is a key quality. Okay, another one is teamwork. Without teamwork, the team can't work well now. Without teamwork, the team can't work well. Teamwork encompasses what? Collaboration, communication, and respect between team members. Teamwork, you must encourage. You don't leave it to chance. You must encourage collaboration between team members. It must be encouraged. So you have organizations have TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. They do some small get together on Fridays at work. Any bonding session, interactive session, what do they call it? Interactive session and there's a word I'm looking for. Brainstorming sessions. It fosters collaboration. People coming together. During those brainstorming sessions, I begin to appreciate what you have upstairs. and you begin to appreciate what I have upstairs. If not, I can be looking at you. Why did this company even employ you? I don't even know. But when we sit together, I will see that quality. I will respect you for it. I will also see the ways that in which we can collaborate together. Communication, we communicate with ourselves. We might even become friends. If not, well, at least cordial. We'll be cordial, and that means a lot in the organizational setting, because some people don't talk to themselves, and mutual respect is earned. This is how effective teams can be bettered. When everyone on the team supports each other, employees will get more done and feel happier while doing it. So it is not something you leave to chance. You don't call meetings, that be in a meeting that an MD call everybody and say, you people are all adults here. I expect you people to find ways for you people to begin to bond together. From today, begin to bond. It's an order. How can that order work? You can't force somebody to like somebody, and nobody will bring you into their space if they don't know you. Nobody can trust you if they don't know you. So what companies need to do is to foster that environment, create that environment that can make people interact together so they can collaborate, communicate, respect one another, so that the work can move faster and better. Another quality is integrity. Integrity, like trust, is vital. Integrity, like trust, is vital to all teams. When they rely on each other to make decisions, interpret results, and form partnership, integrity is key. Integrity is key. Honesty and transparency are critical components of this aspect of culture. Honesty and transparency. For a team to be healthy, it must be healthy based on integrity. You can't gather us together and say, come, this company, they don't respect us. Let's see how we can make money for ourselves. Maybe they say that when, look at your age, you are close to 40, you've crossed 40, you are 50, sir. Don't you think it's time we begin to help our ministry here? Don't you think? See, when that team begins to build themselves on that dishonest game, what happens is that nobody will trust the other. There's no honor among thieves. Do you understand why integrity is important? There's no honor among thieves. There's no honor. If all of us connive to be stealing, the day big money will come, we will get you sacked. Some can even assassinate you. It happens in organizations. Even in government organizations, once disunity, once lack of trust, honesty, and transparency, making things open, people cannot see. Or now maybe we have all worked and we say, look, let's go and tell the MD that he's going to find something for us. Then you, that you are the head, you go to meet the MD on their behalf. Then when you come and you now start saying, say the man didn't talk well. Oh. And so what did he give? Say, look, he just say all of us should just manage 20,000 naira. What did he give? What did you discuss? When you are not forthcoming, what it means is that there is no trust there again. There's no trust. And if all of us connive to dupe a client, to dupe the company, to do those things, there won't be trust at all. You can't build an effective team and culture based on dishonesty and lack of transparency. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It can help you to an extent, but after a while, people that eat money will begin to fight. It's a natural course of things. Okay, so another quality is innovation. Innovation leads organizations to get the most out of available technology. Innovation leads organizations to get more out of available technology, resources, and markets. A culture of innovation means that you are applying your creative thinking to all aspects of your business, even your own cultural initiative. What do I mean by that? Innovation, what brings about innovation? What other way can we do this thing better? That's innovation. We have done this thing over the years. It's been productive. But guys, is there no better way we can do this work? Somebody will suggest, oh, technology. Do we bring in technology? Do we bring in software? Will it be better than manual? Okay, how do we respond to this customer? Do we do this? Do we do that? You must always be striving, or you must always be trying to outdo yourself. And that's innovation. Always try to outdo yourself. So companies that say, okay, yeah, we did well last month, but we can do better. Let's look at our procedures and processes. I think we can do better. We sit down, let's brainstorm. That is a company that is going somewhere. If you're able to make it a culture that everything can be questioned, that organization will survive and will do very well. Question every procedure. Question everything. A company that questions everything is an innovative company. And that company will not only last, but that company will proceed to become a market leader if you ask yourselves questions. Another quality is psychological safety. Psychological safety is very important. It's a very important quality in organizational culture. It provides the support employees need to take the risk and provide honest feedback. You know, this is the work of HR. This is the work of managers. You must provide that safety net. There must be that safety net for employees, you know, to take risk and to also come and give honest feedback, whether they succeeded or not. There must be a safety net, because if that safety net is not there, people will lie, people will cover themselves up because they need their jobs, they have families to take care of, so they will say anything that you want. This psychological safety starts at the team level, not at the individual level. See, the reason why people don't really venture out to do things is because they don't know if they have the backing of the team. If you know you have the backing of the team, you'll be able to stretch yourself. So what it means is that managers need to take the lead in creating safety environment where everybody feels comfortable contributing. I will do more if I know that my team will back me up. I will do more if I know that my company will appreciate what I do. They will back me up, even if I go and that thing is not as successful. They will even still believe in me that we can still do it again. After all, what happened is not, most things don't work well at the first trial. So a company that is willing to accommodate failures to an extent, not damaging failures, but accommodate failures, even if it's going to cost the organization a little bit, but accommodate it so that we can learn something and grow. Because failing is also points us in the right direction of success. So we need to know that we have a safety net, and that will help employees to stretch themselves more. Okay, so it's way past my time today. The next phase of this is how to now, the steps, how to build a high performing organization. Now we understand, just like I was trying to tell you, you must know the qualities of what you aspire. You want to be like somebody because you have seen, you know, you want to be a high flyer, or you want to be a high performer because you have seen somebody that is, and you like those qualities. in that person. So you want to now imbibe those qualities to help you become that person. So now is, you know, the qualities, is now how to become, because how to is different from what is. Now we know what is available, what we can be. Now, how can we be that thing? That is the part two. The part two comes up at the next meeting. Um, we will not be meeting next Monday for the part two, because next Monday is Easter Monday. Here at Marketplace Apostles, we don't go on leave. We work all through. So when we have this type of holidays, we take it, because we also need to unwind with our families. So we will not be coming. We will not be. We will. We can record something and put out there for you to. We will not have any live um, teaching on that day. That's what I mean. But we probably can bring out something that we've done in the past, and or something new we have recorded and put it out there. But either way, we will get something across to you next Monday. But we will not be live. We will not be live next Monday. So I think it's Monday the 12th, the Monday after Easter Monday, we will come for the part two of this. But we will keep you informed. If you get to all our handles, we're always informing you on one thing or the other. I want to also use this. But our Wednesday event, what's on your mind? You can ask me questions on this that I've done here today, or you can ask me any other thing you want in the area of business, career, leadership, personal finance, marriages, relationships, life issues, business issues, leadership issues. You can ask me on Wednesday. I will come. Our Wednesday event is not, our Wednesday program is not affected. So we'll be live on Wednesday. We'll also be live next Wednesday. It is not affected at all. But Monday, we just take one week break. And I want to use that to also tell you happy Easter. Happy Easter, and I wish that whatever Easter represents to you is the birth of our Lord, is the resurrection. Sorry, is the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, the coming of light, illumination into the world. So it is the time we take out time to reflect on this. We will not be here if He did not come. We use this time to reflect on His mercies. We use this time to reflect on the things He has brought into the world. We are who we are today because of the light that came, because He came, and we have hope. Our destination is settled because He came to tell us that where we are to end up. It's going to tell us about the Father. So we are privileged at this time to reflect on these things, and it is the time for us to also appreciate Him for the things that He has done for us. So we need to take out this time. So I wish, whatever Easter means to you, I wish you happy Easter, and I wish you the blessings of God to continue to shower you with blessings even at this time. Okay, on Wednesday, I'll be live by 4 p.m. You can ask me any question. If you want mentoring, direct mentoring, because what I do, I have a group of people that I mentor, and those people, they are in a WhatsApp group. When I teach like this, they can ask me questions directly. Just our Lord Jesus Christ will speak in parables, but to His disciples, He will tell them, He will break it down. So if you want to be a mentee that want to learn more, understand more than what I can say, I can't say everything in 1 hour, but if you wish to learn more and other teachings and the things that we do on that group, you can join a link. Please, guys, just put it in the link. Put Linktree. Is spelled, the link that you can use to register is spelled Linktree /Uche, but it's spelled like this: linktr.ee/Uche linktr.ee/Uche Onoche. They will put out the link for you there. You can register, or you can send it to somebody to register. Please do us, if this has been a blessing to you, please help us share this program. When you get the advert, help us share to someone and invite someone for next week, or for Wednesday, and for the upper week, when we'll be sharing the concluding part of this teaching today. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you. Um, I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to your questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Put it out there in my DM, and I'll be able to answer you on Wednesday. Together we will grow. Together we grow. You see, one thing I love about mentoring is that as I'm mentoring and teaching and lifting people up, I am also being lifted up. So we are both doing each other a world of good. So if you know someone that needs this, you can also send that link. It's important that more people get to know about what we do. Okay, so I leave you right now, and to enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you on Wednesday by 4 p.m. Thank you, and God bless.